Welcome to the Lakes TV3 Community Calendar. Joining me today is Sharon, and we're going to talk about something that I think I might want to go to.
Oh, yeah.
The 17th Annual Taste of Lund, and specifically Scandinavian foods, right? So tell me a little bit about this.
Well, it's I can't remember how many years, 17th year. We missed the last couple, so we're back now. We're going to stay open for this event. And it runs on Saturday, September 24th. We start at 9, and it usually goes till about 2 o'clock when the food is gone, and that's about when it is. We have a bake sale, and then all of the sampling of the goodies, the Scandinavian delicacies. You get a plate, and you buy tickets, and you go around the room, and you pick and choose, and go and eat, and go back around again, and take some home,
And this is at Lund Lutheran Church, right?
This is at Lund Lutheran Church, 9 miles north on Richwood Road. Some of the goodies that we have are rumagrat, which I used to make, and sandbakels, Swedish almond cake, rosettes, krumkaka, julekaka, flatbread, kransakaka, fruit soup, rice pudding, Swedish cream, lefse, crepes, Danish kringles, Veslin lefse, Fatiman, Swedish pancakes, lutefisk, sandwiches, and beverages. That's a lot of variety of food.
Well, and the lutefisk is the star of the show, I'd imagine, right? So how do you like your lutefisk? Do you put butter on it, or are you one that just eats it plain?
In somebody else's plate. Our pastor makes it, and he does a good job, and there's a lot of people that come just for the lutefisk.
I'm guessing if you get about 9 miles outside of Lund Lutheran Church, you'll be able to smell your way once that lutefisk arrives, right?
Yes, I think you're right. Absolutely. It's smelly.
Well, for those that are interested in going to the 17th Annual Taste of Lund, it's Saturday, September 24th, starts at 9 a.m. at Lund Lutheran Church, and Sharon, you said that's 9 miles north of Richwood Road. For those that are maybe intrigued by it, what would be maybe one thing that you would say would be that thing that would get people to be there? Like, what's the one thing that you love about it?
The one food or the one thing?
Well, just the one thing, the most enjoyable thing.
Everybody gets together and they visit. They haven't seen a lot of these people since the year before, and so it's the gathering mainly. And the price. Tickets, you buy 2 for $1, and most of them just take 1 ticket. And so you can get a lot of food for $5, $10.
And if you don't like visiting, you can just stuff your face with the food, right?
Yes, you can stuff your face. And we also have a bake sale going on at the same time. And a lot of the items that we have on the Taste of Lund, we have at the bake sale also.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. That's the 17th Annual Taste of Lund, Saturday, September 24th. We'll have more great events in the Lakes area coming up next. Welcome back to the Lakes TV3 Community Calendar. Joining me today is Danny and Marilee Otteson, and we're going to talk about the Lakes Area Changed Lives Outreach. And we'll start with you, Danny. Tell me a little bit of background on the Changed Lives Outreach.
Yeah, the Lakes Area Changed Life Outreach will be taking place at Lake Eunice Evangelical Free Church Friday, September 23rd through Sunday, September 25th. And the background is kind of interesting. We have an older gentleman from our church in his 90s who really had a vision to have these meetings to reach out to people with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, this man passed away a couple weeks ago, but it was his vision, and then the church caught the vision and decided to host these meetings. My wife and I have been in evangelistic work for a long time, almost 43 years, and we happened to attend Lake Eunice Evangelical Free Church, and so they asked us to be the guest evangelists. So this is our home area now, and we're looking forward to it.
So tell me what it means to be an evangelist.
Okay, an evangelist really is someone who just travels and shares the gospel of Jesus Christ wherever we go. We've been to, mostly the United States, Canada, the Philippines, Mexico, and we just go out and preach and we sing, and we just believe that people need to know Jesus. And so we share God's love with them and the gospel, and we've been, like I say, on the road for many years, and we've seen good results. And it's just an honor to serve our Lord in this way. So an evangelist is just basically a traveling preacher.
And we've got nightly events Friday through Sunday, September 23rd through the 25th. Tell us a little bit about those events and what someone might be able to expect.
Okay, Marilyn, you want to share a little bit about each evening?
Yes, each evening we will be having guest singers from this area, the Lakes area. My husband and I will also be singing. My husband will bring a life-changing message to give hope and to share the truth of Jesus Christ. So you can expect that each evening. Also Sunday morning, that would be the 25th of September, and that'll be at 10 a.m. in the same place. This is all at Lake Eunice Evangelical Free Church in rural Detroit Lakes.
Yeah, and I'll be preaching, as Marilyn said, the life-changing message of the gospel each evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, Sunday night. Now, we want people to go to their own church on Sunday morning, but those other nights, we invite them to come. Some of our guest singers, I'll just tell who the special music is, other than Marilyn and I. We've been traveling for many years, but Tim Stoll and friends from Detroit Lakes area, Kim Schnitzer, who's also a pastor at Baki Lutheran, will be there. Casey Perrin and Lee Brenna from Pelican Rapids. Excellent duet. And then Jake and Joe Aldrich, along with Renee Fuchs. I think the Aldriches are from the Hawley area originally, and I actually went to high school with Renee, so they'll be also singing. So we'll have different singers each night, but Marilyn and I will be singing every night. So that's kind of how it works. Lake Eunice Evangelical Free Church is a rural church. It's located at 12986 County Highway 15 in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. So if you know where the Lake Eunice Lake is, we're just north of that on County Road 15, maybe not quite a mile north of Lake Eunice. Or TJ's is out there, the eating place. So we're just right up on top of the hill. You can't miss us.
And you look at some of the research about folks who are starting to not go to church. For those people that haven't walked into a church in a long time, it can be a little bit scary to walk into those doors. For those folks, what would you say to them? What's the reason that they should come?
Well, you won't find a friendlier church than Lake Eunice. The minute you walk in the door, you're going to be greeted and welcomed, warmly welcomed. It's not a huge church. It's a smaller rural church, but we welcome everyone. If you've gone to no church ever or kind of thought about it, we welcome you.
Yeah, and JT, that's an excellent question, and especially after COVID. I guess COVID's not necessarily over, but during the height of COVID, people were watching online, and some people got used to that. And like you say, some people, a great majority of people probably don't attend church anymore. So this is non-threatening. It's the gospel of Jesus Christ, talking about God's love, talking about salvation through Christ, eternal life, this life is great, but there's a life beyond this life, and we want to share with people how they can have eternal life with Christ in heaven. But just going to be a time of good music, a time of hopefully good preaching, and like I say, Marilyn mentioned it, Lake Eunice is such a friendly, family-oriented church. We moved into the area, although I grew up in Pelican Rapids, we moved into the area several years ago and went to different churches and good churches, and we settled on Lake Eunice, and largely because of the friendliness. People are just warm and friendly, and so I just say come and try it out. Come one night, and you maybe want to go to all 4 services.
We look forward to a great event. That's the Lakes Area Changed Lives Outreach, Friday through Sunday, September 23rd through the 25th, 7 p.m. nightly and 10 a.m. on Sunday. That's at Lake Eunice Evangelical Free Church, 12986 County Highway 15 in rural Detroit Lakes. Back next. Welcome back to the Detroit Lakes Community Calendar on Lakes TV3. Joining me today is Adrienne from the Detroit Lakes Noon Rotary Club and Dr. Bill Hankey, and we're going to talk about the 2022 Community Blood Drive screening. And Adrienne, tell me a little bit about this. This has been around for 30 years or so?
Yes, we've had been going for, we believe it's 30 or it might be more. We had to miss for 2 years, so we were really excited to bring it back again to the community because it's a wonderful way for them to find out about their health and the different factors. And I think people enjoy coming. I know people in our Rotarians love working it, so sometimes it's hard to get people to sign up. That's the time when I wanted workers for this. It was like, yep, they're all there. So anyway, you'll be fully staffed. It's 4 days this time. We found that sometimes on Monday, people just weren't quite ready to come in. They either thought they didn't eat right over the weekend or they thought there would be a long line, whatever their reasons were. But anyway, we're doing it 4 days, and it's September 20th to the 23rd. So there's 4 days. You fast before you come in. and it's 7 to 9:30. So we'll see you bright and early, and it's important to get the numbers back, and so we look forward to seeing the community.
Well, let's talk a little bit about some of the screenings, and we'll turn to you, Dr. Henke. My wife works in healthcare, and I recently did one of these screenings. She makes me go to the annual physical, and then she starts talking about LDL and HDL, and I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. So tell our audience a little bit about the screenings and some of the things that you can find out when you do the blood screening.
Sure, I'd be happy to do so. First of all, I do want to let people know that the fast should be maybe about 10 to 12 hours prior, and most people can tolerate that. So we do have a full complement of our lab screens. It had been winnowed back a while ago, but we're happy to report that, yes, the lipid analysis, which includes cholesterol and that type of data, is on that. So on the lipid analysis, it'll include the total cholesterol, the HDL, and you can remember that as H for happy, friendly cholesterol, the LDL cholesterols, and triglycerides. And probably the key reason that they're on is that heart disease is very prevalent in the United States yet, and these are amongst the risk factors along with a positive family history, smoking, hypertension, weight-related issues that all can lead to heart disease. And yes, heart disease is still the leading killer in the United States, followed by cancer, and believe it or not, COVID has entered into the picture. So this is an important aspect of our screen from that standpoint. We also do a serum glucose or fasting glucose value. And it is interesting. Diabetes is alive and well in the United States. And there are nearly 30 million people in the U.S. with diabetes. And at this point in time, 25% are undiagnosed. So a screen like this may well lead to a diagnosis and allow people to act accordingly. There are others on here, so I'll maybe follow your cue as far as some of the other labs of interest.
Well, all I know, Dr. Henke, is I did one of these screenings, and now my wife's got me running 3 times a week because of some of the results. So the screenings are important because you will actually learn things that are going on in your body, won't you?
Yeah, and absolutely, and certainly conditioning can help waylay heart disease, and oftentimes is a treatment for some of these other diseases that we contend with. So just to kind of recap some of the other labs, hemoglobin is on here, and anemia sometimes can help us uncover another form of chronic disease or even a cancer by picking that up, especially early on, and a lot of times that's asymptomatic. A white blood cell count, which could be indicative of an underlying infection or an immune disorder. There are kidney function data that will be a part of this, as well as liver function testing. And so there really is a pretty good complement. Potassium is also on there. It's kind of an essential electrolyte that helps us with our fluid status and overall status as well. So it is pretty comprehensive.
Now, the 2022 Community Blood Drive screening is happening Tuesday through Friday, September 20th through the 23rd. That's at 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., and that's over at the Essentia building?
It's in the EMS building, which is like the ambulance where it holds the ambulances. So it's right on 225 Park Street, which is kind of between Holiday Station and the Essentia facility. Their cost for this is $40, which is very, very reasonable. And then we're also going to have optional blood pressure checks. So if they want to have that done, they can get that done at the same time.
Now, before we were on the air, Adrien, you were talking about some past blood screenings where people actually found out some pretty significant health concerns that were going on in their lives. And if it wasn't for the blood screening, they may have never known, right?
Right. It probably wouldn't be here. One of our members told me that when he had it drawn, glucose should be under 100, and his was 300, and he was totally unaware that it was that level. So he had to get on it right away. And somebody else, we heard through the grapevine that found out that colon cancer, and so that by having the test done. He found out the hemoglobin was lower than it should be, and like Dr. Hankey said, it can reveal things for you that you didn't know about unless you have it done.
Well, it's a great service that you guys are doing at the Detroit Lakes Noon Rotary Club and getting the community together to do this 2022 community blood drive screening. Is there anything else that you'd like to mention before we end?
I have a final comment. I think it's a really good community service, and I think it probably will also serve to get people thinking about their health once again. I think for a lot of people it got waylaid by COVID, and so maybe to get back in the scheme of things and think in terms of their overall health, this may be something that serves as a catalyst for that.
And I want to add, I have to give my thanks to Sanford and Essentia, because we Rotary members couldn't do this without them. They don't want us drawing the blood, and they don't want us doing the analysis. So they are a crucial part of this, and it's a true community project. So thank you.
Well, thank you, and we look forward to the event. We'll be back with more on Lakes TV3's Community Calendar. Welcome back to the Community Calendar on Lakes Area TV3. Joining me is Dr. Bill Hankey, and we're going to switch gears a little bit, talk about Toast of Tamarack. So tell me a little bit about this event. I love Tamarack. My wife and I often go snowshoeing out there. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I can see why. Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge, for those of you that don't know much about it, is about a 43,000-acre National Wildlife Refuge and in close proximity to DL. And so I'm a member of the Friends of Tamarack, which is a support group that helps Tamarack carry out many of its functions. And we particularly, one of the keynotes of our function is that of outdoor or environmental education. So we have kind of a cool event coming up Friday, September 9th, out at Richwood Winery. This is called Toast to Tamarack, and this is kind of our key fundraiser for the year. It will be held from 4 to 8 p.m. Tickets are available online, but also many of us are selling tickets as well. They're $40 per. But the nice thing about the admission fee for this is that it really does go to supporting our outdoor education program. We cater to literally thousands of students through the year and had a real robust summer program, and we'll be kind of heading into fall. So this is kind of a critical part of our mission, is to educate and create the next group of conservation stewards.
And for those interested in a Toast to Tamarack, give us some of the details, what they can expect, how much it costs, and when and where. Okay,
so again, it will be held out at Richwood Winery Friday, September 9th from 4 to 8 p.m. So it's very close to the village of Richwood. And basically, it will encompass a dinner, silent auctions, some programming, some games, and just a fun get-together. So also, if we can kind of have the type of evening we had last year, it was 75 and it was gorgeous and people enjoyed being out there. So I certainly invite anybody that's interested, and especially all the many Tamarack National Wildlife Refuge lovers that we have out there.
And if someone is looking for more information, is there a website or someone they could contact?
Yeah, the Friends of Tamarack website's also on Facebook and on TV3.
All right, looking forward to it. Thanks for watching this edition of the Community Calendar on Lakes Area TV3. If you have an event in the Lakes area that you would like to promote, you can email Raina at her email address here on the screen, or give us a call at 218-847-5624.